Channel 5 guests on Storm and Alexis were caught in a heated row when they discussed whether St. George Day should be listed as a bank holiday. Broadcaster Nina Myskow expressed her firm opinion that Englishness has been tainted, and it was fueled by Brexit, football hooligans and reform, which prompted fellow guest Geoff Norcott to call her being anti-English. She admitted that she won't be celebrating Englishness, but Britishness. To clarify her point to hosts Alexis Conran and Storm Huntley, she said, "I think the whole celebration of St. George Day, the feeling about it, and Englishness has been tainted recently. You look at St. George flag and you think of football flags and you start thinking about reform. Maybe because I'm not English. I am half Scottish and I was brought up in South Africa, so I have a very different view. I am British and I will celebrate Britishness, but I wouldn't celebrate Englishness. I think Englishness has been a very huge problem in this country. It was the English, for as far as I am concerned, who got us out of Europe." Scotland voted against, London voted against. Geoff jumped in and commented, "Whoa. That just sounds very anti-English. Would you do this to another country?" Nina corrected him and stated she is not anti-English but simply just not feeling to celebrate St. George Day. Presenter Alexis was keen to know if Geoff wants to make April 23rd a bank holiday. But the comedian took the opportunity to further discuss Nina's comment and said, "When you talk about patriotism, for me it's just gratitude. You look at all of the countries you could have been brought up in the world. If you want to look in terms of how liberal we are compared to other countries, people are pretty tolerant here. There's great history of music, of humor, so what it's about. We always talk about taking back the flag from the far right. That's going to be a conscious choice." He also believed that football hooligans is just a small percentage of people that should not be perceived as the whole country or whole religion. He added, "I just think that sometimes the liberal, or liberal left in general, there's a craziness around this Englishness and sometimes it can drive people to further." However, Geoff didn't think it's time to make St. George Day a bank holiday. He said, "Not now because there's loads at the moment, they come around in a short time frame." Storm raised her eyebrows and interrupted, "There's loads. There's only 8. They are all condensed in 2 months, Geoff said, and suggested it's best to have a bank holiday between August and December, adding, "We also need another one, a practical reason for it, and maybe that's for hospitality industry. It might cost the country money, but there are pubs, nightclubs and restaurants dying out there, so might be a boost."